Welcome to Pour the Wine, It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary, and we would love it if you would follow us on all social media. And if you have Instagram, we would really appreciate it if you would follow us because we are trying to reach a goal of 300 followers this year.
We are. We're getting there. We're over 200. We're chugging along
Hey,
a little bit.
one subscriber at a time, right?
That's right.
And if you're listening to us on Apple or Spotify, please take some time out of your busy schedule and you can rate us, leave us a review or a comment, and we'd really appreciate it.
We would really appreciate it. You can also send us an email to pourthewineitsromcomtime@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts about the Winter Escape movies, or now we're into Love-uary. Do you want to say it? It's your favorite thing to say. Or anything Hallmark related. We would love to hear from you.
Yes, and now you can also watch us on YouTube at Pour the Wine, It's Rom-Com Time, where you can hit that subscribe button and like our episodes, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind. Should we just get right to it today?
Let's do it.
Today, we are going to be reviewing Because of Cupid, the second Love-uary film of 2026. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Valentine's Day. Yay. And where were we? We were watching it. We were at home. We had dinner with wine, and we enjoyed this movie.
Yes, we did.
It aired on February 14th, 2026, and it stars Amy Groening and Evan Roderick. Now, neither one, of course, is a stranger to Hallmark. We loved Evan. We just saw him in Providence Falls, and he was also in Leah's Perfect Gift, and I think Make or Break Holiday.
Yes.
Is that correct? From
correct.
2025.
Yep.
We last saw Amy in 'Twas the Date Before Christmas with Robert Buckley. Now, Amy plays Naomi. She is, would you say, a mixologist of mocktails? And a charcuterist. I don't know if that's a thing. They work at like a wine charcuterie board place called the Agora. And Evan plays Marcus, and Naomi and Marcus both work at the Agora.
Yep.
Tennille Reed plays Lisa. She is the owner of the Agora. Daryl Hines is EJ. He's an author who, spoiler alert, there's a love potion at some point. And he might be connected with Lisa.
Yes.
Richard Waugh is Richard. He is Marcus's uncle. Sandra Flores is Lucy. She is Richard's really good friend of 50 years.
Yes.
So there might be a little connection there. Adam Seckman. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He is Hal, aka Cupid. Sarah Booth plays Jane. She is the yoga instructor. And Jonathan Maxwell Silver is Steven. And is he a podcaster or like a...
Yeah, I think he's part of the podcast Bros.
Oh, right. He's so he's a popular podcaster. And so Steven and Jane are also a couple in this.
Yes.
Lots of couples in this one.
There are a lot, man. And Liz Farrer is the director of Because of Cupid. In our Love-uary preview episode, we mentioned that Liz directed 2 Turtle Doves and Under the Autumn Moon. She was actually the second unit of assistant director on those 2. As a director, Liz has one other Hallmark credit in 2023, A Very Venice Romance. Cupid, Because of Cupid, was written by Amy Meyerson, Kevin Duda, and Sarah Montana. This is Amy's Hallmark writing debut. You know, we've had a lot of writing debuts so far this year. She is an international best-selling author. Her latest book is The Water Lies. Kevin has written 2 other Hallmark films, Mystery on Mistletoe Lane and In the Key of Love, both of which he also produced. When did the preview, Sarah? Wasn't listed on IMDb, so we couldn't find anything yet. Sarah has written 5 other Hallmark movies, including Rescuing Christmas and If I Only Had Christmas.
Oh, right. She wasn't listed when we did the preview, so we didn't have any information on her right now. What did you say she...
She had 5 other Hallmark movies, which included Rescuing Christmas and If I Only Had Christmas.
I still kind of wonder about IMDb, like when they get their information, how they get their information, if Hallmark gives it to them, or if the producer, I'm just curious because a lot of times when we go, before we watch these, if we're trying to do the outline before we even watch the movie, a lot of information is not available.
Yeah, that's
on
pretty.
IMDb.
It's weird,
and,
right?
You kind of try to do some research to find out, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Almost always after the movie airs, then that's when we get the flood of information. So,
you're right, because sometimes you just can't find it.
No, I know.
All right,
I know how to look for things. You know what I'm saying?
I know you do. You're very good at researching. All right, well, let's drop the synopsis on Because of Cupid.
All right. This follows Naomi and Marcus, best friends and bartenders in Buffalo, New York, who enter a Valentine's Day mocktail contest to kickstart their dream business. Now here's the part that I don't really get, and we'll talk about in a minute. It says, after unknowingly adding a real love potion to their mocktail, they win the competition but spark chaos when judges and Marcus fall under its spell.
Yeah.
So, right. The potion is given unknowingly.
Right.
Originally, right? But they don't win the competition until later. That's a spoiler, right? And it makes it sound like after they win the competition, there's chaos because the judges and Marcus fall under its spell after the competition. But that's not how the story is laid out. Right?
No, it's not. The chaos happens before and during the competition.
Right.
And it's not the judges that are affected by it, too. It's the competitors and then 2 other couples.
Right. Well, that's true. That's true also. Yeah. So it's kind of a bit of a, I don't know. I don't know who writes the synopsis or descriptions either on IMDb. So
but that's
I know
true.
I read that and I was like, because what happened was
I read it and it didn't make sense.
I read it and it didn't make any sense. And I was like, what? Let me back up.
That's funny. Well, we're in that part of the podcast where we'll tell you that we'll probably drop some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, stop the podcast, go watch it, come back and let us know what you think.
Let us know. Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and dive into this one.
Let's dive in. Should we talk?
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, should we talk a little bit about what it's about?
Yes.
Let's summarize it.
Let's summarize it since the synopsis was kind of.
Since the synopsis. Well, I mean, it was kind of close. So you have Naomi and Marcus who work in the Agora and they find out that Lisa's going to sell it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh no, don't sell it. Only they're much better actors than I was right now in that moment, right? So the gist of it is they come across somebody in the bar named Hal, and I know you're going to give a little more information about that later. And, you can kind of see he's sort of someone who's laying the groundwork, right, for a little Cupid-y action. And then Marcus and Naomi, and, she's making these mocktails, and Hal basically says he has this special tea. They go to his tea shop that appears.
Yeah.
They get the potion. Hal tells Marcus that it is a magical potion, a love potion. I forget what exactly he says.
An elixir or something.
In the moment, right? Yeah. So only Marcus knows. Naomi inadvertently uses it in a drink when she's trying to make a mocktail, and she ends up giving it to people who don't know they're drinking it.
Right.
Right?
Right. It's 4 couples are actually affected by this thing.
Right. So you have Lisa and EJ.
Yep.
They're affected by it. Marcus also drinks it. And Richard and Lucy and Jane and Stephen, and they're all at the Agora at the time that Naomi is making the drink.
Right.
And once Naomi finds out that she has given this to them, they're on sort of a mission to find each couple, let them know what's going on, and in the meantime, also trying to find an antidote.
Right.
Right.
That sums it up.
Well, that's probably not a great summary, but that'll do.
Well, that's where the chaos ensues, right?
That's where the chaos ensues, right?
All right. So what did you think?
I think that if you're in the mood for something light, fun, charming, and just something that's easy to sink into, this is just a genuinely enjoyable ride. You know, it's not that sweeping, life-changing love story, you know, the chemistry. I thought the chemistry was warm and engaging between, you know, Marcus and Naomi, and I thought they had chemistry. It's not the fire chemistry, you know, that we've seen sometimes or talked about. But the pace was smooth, and you know, I thought it was an enjoyable ride.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What about
100%. You? I liked it. Like you, I thought it was an easy watch. You know, just sit back, put a blanket on, get some popcorn, some wine, and just, you know.
Sounds about what we did. It sounds a lot like what we did after we had our dinner. We did have some popcorn and some wine.
Yeah, and you know, I loved that it was not just the main characters.
Yeah.
It was, you know, the love potion affected, but 3 other couples. I enjoyed that play on it.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I love mythology.
Yeah.
So with Hal and Arrows, his company, his tea company, cafe, whatever, you know, I loved that aspect of the movie, and I loved the twist that came along with it. So, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's get into some favorite scenes. What was one of your favorite scenes?
Okay, I have to say, I'm going to go back to Hal, because at the beginning, he's playing darts with EJ.
Yeah.
And I love how it's kind of a play, because, you know, he's Cupid and he's throwing darts. Cupid, he likes to shoot his arrows to make people fall in love. So I thought that was a fun little play.
Yeah.
And besides, he was a dead ringer, right? He was hitting the bullseye.
He was getting bullseye every day. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. So okay.
EJ, the author, he was like, wow, man, you know? And I just loved that first opening, because it gives you that hint that, so this man must be Cupid, because, you know. So that was my first scene. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right, though.
Yeah.
Instead of a bow and arrow, he has darts.
He was throwing darts.
And he's making it work in the Agora, isn't he?
Yes. So what about you? What was one of your favorites?
Let me see. When Naomi, Marcus kind of walks away from the bar, and Naomi makes the mocktails, right?
Yes.
And by the way, didn't she say it was like a $3 billion business or something? I don't know. There's some.
Yeah,
there's a lot of money to be made because less people are drinking alcohol. I mean, we're drinking our fair share of wine, to be totally honest. But you know, but she talks a lot about mocktails, and so she makes this drink. And when she tells Marcus, you know, I used that concoction that you had, and he's like, what? You know, he's like, you used it? And she goes, you know, like she's so innocent. I just thought that was so cute, because she's like, yeah, why? You know, and then you see, so she's given it to 3 different couples, and you and then they show sort of Lisa and EJ are talking, and they're kind of fawning over each other, right? Uncle Richard and Lucy are cuddling in the moment, and they never do that. Like his uncle's sort of like this gruff, aloof guy generally. And then Marcus goes and sings, you know, let me call you sweetheart. Like he's just opening up to her, and he goes, so she goes to the other couples, and she's like, are you okay? You know, and they're all and I just thought that was a really cute way to play that out when she gave the potion. And I also love that they were the ones who received the potion were very self-aware.
Right.
About what they were doing. And you find that out later when they find out they've taken the potion, when they're told, and they're kind of like, yeah, anyway, you know, and they're whereas like, you know, in other movies, sometimes it's like a magical thing and this mystical thing that happens. And then when you snap out of it, you have no idea, you know. I just like the way that they played it. I thought that was really cute. So that would be.
Yeah. And to jump off of that, I liked how it affected each couple differently.
Right.
right? You know, because it seemed like on one couple, it gave confidence, and Stephen kind of dressed differently, right? And then with
Stephen. Oh, he started
Stephen,
dressing
he started
differently. Oh, I didn't
dressing
even notice
differently.
that.
Yeah, and she,
That's interesting.
because
Jane?
she would wear like yoga outfits and stuff like that, but she started wearing more like professional kind of stuff, which I thought was
Oh, that's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, so I felt like each couple had their own story to tell throughout the movie, and it was good.
Yeah, and then Lisa and EJ, after they drank the potion, they were like, like he's an author, she owns the business. They realize they've spent too much time on work and they're going to just sell everything and move, right? They're going to just not drastic at all. Not drastic at all. It's just they've met each other, they're in love and they know it, and they're going to sell everything, and I love how Naomi, and I know we're kind of jumping ahead, where she's kind of like, maybe we don't want to do that right away. Just promise me you're not going to do anything rash until we have the antidote. If you still feel that way after the antidote, then fine, have at it. But let's get in our right state of mind.
And that was so funny.
Yeah.
Because, they were like, we're going to go talk to our accountants. We're going to sell everything and just go live. Have a good old time. Another one of mine was when the scene where he's sleeping on Naomi's couch, because she didn't want him to go home because she didn't know how it was going to affect him, the potion. So he was sleeping on the couch, and she went to bed. Marcus was. And so Naomi goes to bed, and he's kind of talking to her through the door. And he says he hopes she's asleep, and he kind of confesses his love to her, his feelings. And I thought that was, such a great scene. It was
kind of a cool scene, actually.
Because she is awake, and they both go, that famous shot where they both are on the opposite side of the wall, and they're listening to each other, but he doesn't know she's awake.
Right. And
he just confesses. But, she doesn't know if it's the potion or if it's his real feelings.
Well, she thinks it's the potion.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So.
And I like that. I love that he calls her Gnomes.
Yes.
It's such a cute nickname. So cute. I really liked when they're going to go and track down each of the couples, right? And of course they go back to the tea shop where they got the special tea, and it's not the tea shop anymore. It's a nail salon.
Which Marcus had mentioned the first time they went, right?
He said, didn't this used to be a nail salon? Yes. Yeah, he did when they first went in. So it's not there anymore. So now they realize this is definitely the real deal. So they're trying to track down the other couples who drank, right? And they can't find Lisa right away. And they're like, where would she go? Where would she be? And Naomi says something like, she went on a date. Oh, she'd reenact her favorite movie scene. Yes. And then it goes into a song, and the song goes, oh, and you immediately think it's going to be the ghost scene, right? Yes. The pottery ghost scene, because it's like, okay, there you go. What is it? The Everly Brothers. Yeah. And but it goes into a different song, so it kind of tricks you. But that is the scene, right? But
that was good. That was a good scene.
And so, and it isn't. So that was sort of cute, like a play on that. I really enjoyed that. And they're doing a clay thing, and that's where they said they're living to work instead of working to live. And, they've sold everything, and they're going, that's when they find that out. They're going to Costa Rica, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, and then Marcus and Naomi go to find Lucy and Richard and Stephen and Jane at the mocktail competition. And Stephen is a co-host, and now he's all like Zen, right? Like he's like, I love everybody, everything. There's no competition. It was really cute. I kind of went into another scene, but yeah.
No, that was good. That was good. I mean, I just like the fact, because what was interesting is she believes in love, but not magic. And he believes in magic, but not love.
Well, I don't know. Does he not believe in love?
Yeah, because remember, when he was wanting to take the antidote, he didn't want to because he thought that Naomi, because of all the stuff he had said about love is hogwash or whatever, that she wouldn't believe him anyways. So I just thought it was an interesting play because she didn't believe in magic, but
Right.
love.
She was like, magic doesn't exist.
Right,
It's
right,
not. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was an interesting take on it.
Yeah.
All right. So
I love when Marcus and Naomi, they're in the library. They kind of have this sweet moment. And then
Yes.
Hal shows up and she's like, Hal? And she bangs her knee. And it's just kind of a cute, and she, Hal says he'll share insight with her if she admits magic exists.
Right.
And, I don't think she does in that moment, does she?
Mm-hmm.
She does?
I think so. No, not at that point.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't think at that
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
And then he basically says to her, love doesn't need a perfect start to have a happy ending.
Right.
And then he gives them the antidote.
Yes. Well, he gives them a piece of paper and they have to solve the clues.
Oh, you're right.
You're riddles.
Right. You're right. He gives them the,
or not riddles,
you think
but
it's
clues.
like the recipe, right?
Right.
For the it is the recipe, but it's clues. You're right.
Right. They have to find it. So I thought that was a good play too.
Well, and that was a good way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. So now they're on a mission to figure out what the clues mean that he has given them so they can find the items, what items each clue relates to.
Right.
To put together for the anecdote.
Right.
Right? Is that okay?
Yeah. Which was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And, going off of Hal's tea cafe, it used the word Eros, E-R-O-S, which is the god of romantic attraction or, the Greek god of love and desire. But it's funny because it's basically Cupid before the Roman rebrand of the name.
Right. Before the Roman
So that was pretty interesting to read on that. So
yeah.
Did you have any more favorite scenes?
Just towards the end, which, those spoilers where Naomi goes, we won't go into each love story and whatnot, but she goes to the site of the tea store because she really needs to talk to Hal, right? And she's like, gosh, where are you? And then she's like, she closes her eyes and she's like, oh, Cupid. I thought it was so cute. And then the wind blows, right? It blows her hair. There's like this gust of wind. And then the tea shop appears. Right. And I thought that was a really cool way to do that. I thought that was super cute, and now she has no choice but to believe, right? So, and she wants to go talk to Hal because she's like, she's like, I want to talk about love. And he's like, what? Love is patient. Love is a many splendid thing, and he goes into all and I thought love is a battlefield. But she's there because she's more practical. She wants, she needs data. She needs analysis, and he's trying to counter that with it's not what you understand. It's what you feel, and she's more the practical one. She looks before she leaps. And, she says she wants to believe, but the scientist in her is just having a hard time. And all the while she's talking, he's making something. Right. And then he hands it to her and she goes to take it and she's like, what am I doing? No, because he's like, I almost had you. I thought that,
you didn't. He's
I thought that was really, I thought that scene that might've been one of my favorite scenes.
Yes. That was a good scene.
Yeah. And then the end when Hal is the bartender at the wedding that they attend. And, so.
Yeah, that's when Marcus is like, cover your drinks.
Yeah, would everybody stop? Yeah. And then also, this is a big spoiler, so stop if you don't want to, but you do, or maybe I shouldn't say the part about Marcus, but it's an integral part of the story, right? Like he took the antidote, he thought he was under its spell, but he really wasn't, right? And and so the idea is when people, or he didn't take the antidote, I'm sorry, the love potion, Marcus doesn't need the antidote. Right. Because according to Cupid, you need two people to take the love potion. And since only Marcus took it and Naomi didn't, everything Marcus was doing was from his heart, was true. Right. Because didn't he say, doesn't Hal say something like, what will remain is the truth?
Right. Everything that's not true is erased. Yep.
Yeah, everything that's not true. So, and then the couples you find, one of them stays together. Well, two of them stay together, but they kind of back off a little bit from their plans to sell everything. That's Lisa and EJ. and the other couple, they realize they're just better friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't know. It's really interesting. I don't know. I
Well,
thought it was cool.
again, you had 3 different outcomes after they drank the antidote, just like you had 3 different outcomes when they did drink the potion.
When they did drink it, right?
Because
from the other 3 couples, not
right,
Marcus
because Stephen
right.
and what's her name? Not Lucy.
Stephen and Jane.
Jane. They became really good friends, and she's like, "Oh, I have a friend that you might be interested in dating."
Oh yeah, she does. Right? She does.
But I loved how Richard and Lucy, being friends for over 50 years, it was the natural thing to do, right? And I'm glad they did it that way.
Yeah.
And with EJ and Nancy, or Lucy, sorry, they were going to take it slow, right? So I thought that was good. They were going to become friends and work their way. Lucy. And maybe...
No, Lisa.
Lisa, I'm sorry.
Lisa and EJ.
And EJ, right. So I thought it was, again, the 3 different, well, actually 4, because, again, Marcus wasn't affected. Everything he did was on his own, But, so...
and then Naomi else? At the end sings to Marcus, which I thought was a really cool twist.
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
So any more, or you want to move on to
let's move on to cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
So I just have a cheer. I thought it was very interesting how you did need 2 people in order for the potion to work. And I thought that was a good twist on the whole thing.
Yeah. So. And I mean, I just liked the story because I felt like it was, we've all seen the love potion and the Cupid part and everything, but the way it was written and the way it was done was sort of refreshing. It was kind of like a fresh take on it. And I love the actor who played Hal as Cupid. He was really good. Hal/Cupid. Hal stood for something. What did you say earlier? Hal is
it's just a nickname,
right, because you were like, that has to mean something,
right?
And it does, right, in that world. So kind of there were all these little clues, and I really liked it. Didn't really flip it on its head, but it sort of did in some ways. Like I said, the potion, like they all were aware, even after they're told that's what they took, they were like, it's fine, we're fine, right. And then you kind of realize the euphoria does wear off, a little bit once they are back to their true selves, but they still have that love in their heart. It just might not have been for the other person,
right?
Like with Stephen and Jane, right? Like they still really, even though they didn't like each other before that, they realize they do have stuff in common. They can be friends. They do enjoy the same things, but they're just not going to be,
right,
together in that way. So I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed that, they had Richard come around and Richard and Lucy, because he was sort of gruff, but you realize deep down, he's a softie. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just really, I thought it was an interesting way to do it. So that would be my
well, going back to the Hal thing, he's the person that love happens to. And it shows up in Old English wordplay and folklore around the courtship and the love festivals back in them days.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that was definitely on purpose.
Yeah, yes.
That name. Yeah. So I thought, and Evan Roderick and Amy Groening were great.
Oh, they were awesome.
Like I said, they had really good, smooth chemistry. Was it like fire? Oh my gosh, no. But it's just an enjoyable watch. I mean, yeah.
Well, you talked about Richard coming around. He did have a conversation with Marcus where he told him that he was sorry because he did push him so hard, and Marcus felt like he could never please him, and that was probably why he had issues with courage with Naomi.
I think that's why he said he not stopped caring, but stopped
trying to please him.
And there was something.
Yeah, I can't remember the actual what he actually said. But
he said he stopped trying to please his uncle and figured whatever will be, because that was kind of Marcus's thing throughout the movie. Like whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because his uncle was so particular about things, and he figured he was never going to please him. So he just kind of put that into his whole life,
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
So, did you have any more cheers, or how about jeers?
That was it. I didn't really have any jeers. Oh, another cheer would be the music.
Oh my God.
The song at the beginning, of course, is, I think, Stupid Cupid. I think it's called. It's like Cupid. From the 50s, I think.
Yes.
Maybe I can't remember exactly who sang the original, and maybe that was her or not. I don't know for sure, but I enjoyed that right out of the gate. And then, of course, the last song.
Oh my God.
We downloaded, right?
Yes, we should level up.
What is the name of it?
I think it's We Should Level Up.
We Should Level Up. Yeah, like Callie something.
Callie. Man, why can't I remember her name now?
Oh, yeah. Yes. But it's a really good, so the beginning and the ending songs were really, really great. I enjoyed that.
I thought her song went really well.
Yes.
With them dancing.
It really did.
And the way the camera was spinning around. It was very powerful.
Ooh. It was good.
I'm telling you. Well, I didn't have any jeers other than I wish there was a little bit more of Hal sprinkled throughout the movie, but what we did get, I thought worked. So.
If we had a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
All right. So out of 5 corks, how many would you give it?
I'm going to give this one 4 1/4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What do you give it?
I'd give it a 3.75.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Hey.
So enjoyable, a good watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just in the mood to sit and chill and not take life too seriously and enjoy sort of a, fun, smooth movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would give it.
Well, I like the mythology part of it all, and I like the twists and turns it had in it. So, it was good. It was good for me. So
cool.
All right. So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
Well, we'd like to thank you all for listening on your favorite podcast platform and also watching on YouTube.
Follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until next time.
Cheers.